to the sergeant to pass on to the clerk for verification against what we have on you. We'll start with introductions. This is a committee on a cabinet secretary for the Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs. We'll start with introductions. Yours truly, here is the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Chairman of the committee.
Nelson Koech, Belgut.
David Kosing, MP, Poko South.
Gikaria David, Nakuru Town East.
Masemeri, Teso South.
Abdul Rahim Daoud, North Imenti Meru County.
George Gitonga Murugara, MP, Tharaka, Tharaka Nithi County.
Owen Baya, Kilifi North.
For purposes of these proceedings, you will be referred to as nominee. So every member asking questions will address you as nominee, and that's what you are before us. So we'll start in earnest by asking you to tell us.
To be in this house. Mr. Speaker, even though I must confess that I was used so much being on the other side when I was a member of parliament with you in the 10th parliament. But Mr. Speaker, I want to begin by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the favor upon me. And also thank His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, for nominating me for the position of Cabinet Secretary, Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs. Mr. Speaker, my name is Hassan Ali Joho. I was born and raised in Mombasa. I went to Tomboya Primary School in Mombasa, and later Serani Secondary School in Mombasa. So, Mr. Speaker, I have a bit of a different approach on how I want to present my introduction, because I started work and then further education came later. So after I finished secondary school, I ventured into business, entrepreneurship. I set up a clearing and forwarding company in Mombasa, then later diversified to opportunities in fintech, a bit of real estate, and largely logistics. Mr. Speaker, that takes about up to 2004, where I started my grassroots engagement. I ran in a by-election that was not very successful, but taught me many lessons. I became the chairman of LDP in Kisauni constituency. Then in 2006, I embarked on a journey to acquire my first degree. So in 2006, I did a bridging course to enable me to join university teachings. I did a diploma in 2007 and eventually graduated from Kampala University in 2013. Thereafter, Mr. Speaker, I did another degree from Gretsa University. And then I enrolled myself. Gretsa University is in Thika, in Kiambu County. Thereafter, I enrolled in Harvard Kennedy School of Government for a program known as Public Leadership Credentials, which is basically a pathway to attain mid-career master's degree on public administration. Mr. Speaker, I am the pioneer governor of Mombasa. I got elected in 2013. But before that, I was a member of parliament for Kisauni, the 10th Parliament, where I served in different committees. I served in the Committee of Foreign Relations, Defense and Foreign Relations, which I was a vice chairman, and several others. I served as an assistant minister for transport during the Kibaki administration. I was governor for one term and another. So I served my 2 terms as governor of Mombasa, where I must say I drew a lot of experience in matters governance and transformational ways of doing business in government, Mr. Speaker. And the record speaks for itself of what I was able to achieve in Mombasa. In matters health, in matters basic infrastructure, in matters early childhood, and obviously lots of social programs that would cushion vulnerable families from the day-to-day challenges of our lives. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I'll now invite the Deputy Speaker.
So let's get your vision of what you do if approved by this House. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I must say that after I was nominated by the President, I took a little bit more time to do some research. And I saw, for example, that the mining industry contributes slightly under 1% of our GDP. So that led me to do some quick research that leads me to tell you what I think we should do. Mr. Speaker, that if you take time and listen to stakeholders, there's a lot of information and data that will enable you to make the right policy decisions, create legal frameworks that are responsive to the demands of the moment. Big things that we must do to ensure that Kenya becomes an attractive point of investment, particularly.
And that also involves things like quarries. You've seen the recent cases in Nairobi, in quarry here in Embakasi. Industry is well regulated and everybody engaged in it is licensed.
Nominee.
Mr. Speaker, I would have been completely surprised if I was not asked the question of education.
Yes, Jeanette.